Hello and welcome to Scrapping on the Fly. My name is Kristen and it's Sunday, so I'm here with Scraplift Crafternoon, a hop that my friends and I find some inspiration and try and create a layout in our own way. And this layout was created by Brianna with My Life on Paper. She did it for the 14 Days of Christmas back in 2022. And I have this picture that I'm going to document of me and my friend Ashley and our cupcakes. And so I have some super old stash. It's as old as my teenager. I do not know how old those little brads are. I haven't bought brads in a very long time. And then I have these, I think they're Sticko. Their packaging is obviously destroyed, but I'm pretty sure they're Sticko. And then I have these recollections embellishments that go with this paper pad, and it's like an explosion paper pad for building those explosion boxes. But I like the papers because they looked a lot birthday-ish. Now, we are not celebrating a birthday, we are celebrating a baby shower, but that's okay. There is mixed media in the background, some ink splattering and smushing, and so I'm going to bring in some colors once I figure out exactly what colors I'm using from the packaging. So I've got my papers, my scraps, my embellishments, my picture, and this awesome layout. So let's see how this goes. So I decided to go with the pink. I love this. It's like a painted paper, and I love the mixed media look of it. Now, I normally do not cut papers upside down like this, but they are the shiny papers, and I knew they would cause a lot of reflection in the video. So as long as I can, I work with them upside down. So this first one right here is a yellow. It's it's got rainbow all over it, plus it's got rainbows all over it. You can't really tell once I get my picture down a little bit. There's a couple peeking out. But this one right here that is shiny silver and pink, I cut it in half to give it a longer look. And then I'm going to use my grid on my table. Wow, I don't normally do that. And I am going to put those down the middle, giving a little bit at the top and a little bit at the bottom, just like her green paper is. She, like I said, did a Christmas layout. And so obviously I'm not doing Christmas. I think this picture is back in September, maybe August, but I think I have to find the date. It was not on the back of the picture, which I normally am good about that, but it's fine. She has a frame and a cut apart over to the side. I decided to wide mat a cut apart with journaling space so that A, I could do a journaling, and B, I could, instead of trying to create a frame, I just mat it because it pretty much gives you the same look. I apologize if my dog starts going crazy. Yep, there he goes. So I got all of those papers stacking together and set it aside so I can work on the mixed media part. And since I knew I'd be using this Tim Holtz Distress Oxide, I knew it would dry pretty quick. So this is one of my favorite things to do, is to just set it down and kind of pull or smear, or like in this case, I did a little twisting. And I'm using Wilted Violet for the purple, and then the pink is picked raspberry. And after I get that down, I realize that there is ink pretty much all around, so I get a little bit more purple and a little bit more pink, and I just smush it in those empty spaces because I don't want to lay my stuff down and you see nothing. And some people are they think ahead and they like build their layout, and then they do the mixed media and put everything down and like give themselves an idea of where it's all going so they don't cover it all up. And I do that sometimes, but today's not that day. So then I use mustard seed to splatter because those are the three colors that I am pulling out mostly on this layout. I do have a green background, but for the most part, the yellow, the pink, and the purple are what I am focusing on. So I get the cut apart that is matted down first, and I did trim a little of that off. It was uneven at the top, and it has candles at the bottom. I don't like that because it's not a birthday. I would have left them, but then had the keen idea to cover it, so I will do that in a minute. But first I'm building another frame with this border strip. So there was a whole sheet actually 2 sheets in this paper pad of these border strips. And I wasn't sure how big I was going to make it. So I went ahead and cut 2 of them, but I only used the one. And I love the way that it looks. I cover the seam at the top. The bottom isn't covered, but I don't care. I mean, you could really barely tell. So I love the way that that looks. So I pull out my stash, and these Jolies, I'm not kidding. I can't believe they say 2009. There's nothing that surprises me really about that. But, you know, but I didn't want the candle on it, so I tried to fiddle with one of them to see if I could get it off, and voila, I can. But there is like a little sticky spot there, so I'm brainstorming while I am putting these down. So I'm putting my cupcakes in the same general area that she has the little elf and a tree, and then over on the top of the cut apart, she's got that little scene with Santa and the reindeer and the tree. So I'm going to put one up there in a minute, but first I get one down here to cover up the candles. And then I get the brads and I pull out my Stampin' Up, I think it's called a pick me or utensil or something like that. It's got a pokey tool on one side and then the tacky tool on the other, but you can also flip around and change those out. So it's pretty handy dandy, but I also have a crystal katana and I like it too. So I just go back and forth, whichever one is closer. And I have a paper piercer, but I, for some reason, can never ever find it. I know it's in my stuff, guys. So anyway, I decided to do 3 brads and put them in the 3 clusters that I created right now. And then like I said, I'm going to add another cupcake on top of the journaling space where that little Santa Claus and tree that she has, just so there is a little something there. And it uses up the rest of that part of the cupcake stickers. I didn't want to inundate it, but you know, it was a perfect opportunity to document with some cupcakes. So, I love this picture. It's I have a rainbow wall in my office. I have a bulletin board and I have covered it with pictures that make me happy. And this one is one of the ones that is right next to me when I turn away from my desk. And it makes me laugh every time because this picture is taken in the library at our school. And when we took it, my friend has dark hair, as you can tell in the picture. And in this picture, my hair is so gray. When she showed me that, after she sent it to our friend, we were trying to sweet talk our friend to coming in. She was staying in the office. We were trying to talk her into come getting a cupcake and celebrating. But she wanted to get her stuff done and go home. Understand, but come on, cupcakes. And so we sent her this picture. And when Ashley shared it with me, I went, oh my gosh, look how gray my hair is. I mean, I felt like an old lady. No offense. I'm 47. I am old. However, when my hair is colored, I don't feel that old. So I think this was like a Thursday or something, or Tuesday or Thursday, that weekend I bought hair color and colored my hair because I was like, nope, this is not okay. I'm going to fight it until my whole head is gray. And while it looks it in this picture, in real life, it's just that front little bit of my hair that is gray, like predominantly. But anyway, back to the layout. So I took that little green tag at the bottom. I'm going to write the date there, you know, once I figure out what day it was. And now I'm trying to figure out what to do with this heart because I really want it on here. I do have hearts on here already. And then it just looks blocky and I don't like that. So I fussy cut it with a little of the white still intact on the outside. And that way when I tuck it here on the pink paper behind that cupcake, the pink at the far left side still pops out. So then I decided I was going to use sequins where she's got her little scattery bits. And originally I was just going to do pink and purple. Then I decided to pull out the yellow. It's not necessarily the same color yellow, but you know, it's not going to be. But I also decided that is how I was going to fix the 2 places where the candle came off of that it's kind of like a foam, that top layer. And I know there are beads there, but I really think that I like the way that it looks with the little sequins on there. It almost looks like, you know, cherries or something, or a fruit on top of my cupcake. So anyway, I do love the way it turned out. I did journal. Yay me. I don't always remember to do that, and then I'll put it in a book, and later I'll go back to like organize and think, I gotta pull that out and journal. So I got the journaling in there and decided to title it Bright Sunshine. And that could be in regards to my friend Ashley, of course. It could also be in regards to the library lights or my shiny silver gray hair. Either way, it could be about the cupcake because they were good. So anyway, I hope you will go check out My Life on Paper. She has some great layouts, and I have enjoyed catching up and watching more of her videos. And I would love it if you would go down below to the playlist that is linked in my description box. And all of the Scraplift Crafternoon ladies will be that are participating this week will be in that playlist. I love watching how there's 7 of us all together, and we don't all do it every week, but I love watching the way we all take a layout and create with it, because we stick really pretty close to the way that we are the lift, and sometimes of course we go totally off, but whatever. But it's just so much fun to see one layout created by 7 different people and how different and personalities come out. So go check that out. Have a fabulous day and happy scrapping.